Hello everyone and welcome back to another Facebook Friday. Yes, we are live once again from the chiropractic company in Glendale, Wisconsin. And once again, I am joined by Dr. Botros. He's back again to do another fun segment for us. So welcome back.
Good to be back.
So today, once again, we get lots of different topics of ideas. And one of the things that we've been hearing from our patients is that they really like knowing certain things that they can do on their own at home to help out with the adjustments as far as making sure that they feel better, the adjustments hold longer, and are just doing better for health and wellness in general. And for a lot of my patients and a lot of Dr. Botros' patients, we have them do different tasks at home and things, like I said, as far as stretching is concerned, which we've talked about in different videos. However, one of the other great things that we have patients do is utilize different tools. And so we're going to talk about a couple different tools and about some rolling that you can do at home when you're not here in the office. So we have a couple different items here of things that, once again, patients can use. You've seen them around in our office, you've seen them at the gym, you've seen them in a lot of different places, but you might not know how to use them properly. So today, Dr. Botros and I are going to talk about a couple different ways that you can use these and use them properly for helping out with spinal issues. Dr. Botros, take it away. What do we got here today?
All right, so I'm going to start off with this foam roller here. So this is the diameter. This is kind of the thickness that you want to be going for here. There's different ones. They have different purposes, and some of them get real fancy with different textures and things like that. But we're going to stick to the fundamentals, a good old-fashioned foam roller. Now, what we want to do here, in a very common area, especially because most of us are chronically sitting and chronically hunched over and in this position, is you want to open up the chest, the rib cage, and the mid-back. And when you do that, it helps us feel fantastic. We produce feel-good chemicals and neurotransmitters and hormones. It helps us breathe deeper, which is really important because we can live 2 weeks without food, a few days without water, but only a few minutes without oxygen. So we want to make sure we're always breathing properly, especially as we're doing any kind of exercises and stretches. So what we're going to do with this here is you're going to lay it on a hard surface like a yoga mat or on the floor, but not somewhere like a mattress or a bed, because it will not be the same effect. And what you want to do is you want to place it along like this here, and I'm going to actually go the other way and show you what that looks like. And you're going to be sitting on the floor, and you're going to put it right here, and you're going to slowly and gently and with controlled fashion roll it like that. And you might get some clicks and pops in your spine. Usually feels very good. There shouldn't be any kind of pain or discomfort, and you can do that all the way through to your mid-back and even up to the upper back here. Okay? And then there will be some areas that might feel a little tight or tender, and if that's the case, as long as it's not painful, you can spend a little extra time loosening up those muscles and bringing gentle motion into those joints. Another thing you can do that feels absolutely fantastic, especially after a long day, is actually to lay it out the long way like this, and you're going to align it with the bones and the vertebrae of your spine here. So you're going to be laying on it like this, and you want to lift your glutes a little bit, and you're going to give an imaginary big hug to this big old tree in front of you. You're going to be a tree hugger now, and you're just going to go like that, and you can really feel it opening up the chest, opening up all those ribs that attach into here, and bringing good gentle stretch into the mid-back. Doing these, again, you want to go through it, listen to your body, breathe deeply so you get a real deep stretch in there, and make sure there's no pain or discomfort. So if you get any pain or discomfort, let me or Dr. Scoyk or any of your healthcare providers know so that we can properly assess that and make sure it's all good.
And that's great. Once again, these are great ways, simple ways to start utilizing some of these foam rollers. Dr. Botros is a great example of how to use these. Dr. Botros is in fantastic shape, as we all know. So he gets to get good use out of this large diameter foam roller. However, not all of our patients are as in great shape as Dr. Botros. So sometimes we can use a smaller diameter as far as the roller is concerned. And once again, this will allow for us to get some of that stretching and some of that extension, just not to the full degree to which the larger one will use. And same kind of thing, we can use this in a very similar fashion where we're using it, once again, going in long ways where we're working on getting it back onto your back. A lot of times I'll have patients bring up their pelvis, keeping it kind of level as they roll back and forth. With this one, once again, you might be able to get even further into your upper back and even in neck, just because of how low that diameter is. You're not creating a situation where you're getting into too much hyperextension as you work the roller up and down your entire spine. Same thing, if you're going to use it long ways, you can lay on it. It's not going to give you that full same stretch that the larger one will, but it'll still allow for you to open up that chest. Once again, a lot of times we're working with patients that are doing this all day, typing, writing, gripping, and everything is coming forward. So if we can extend that open by using some of these tools, that'll really help, once again, in bringing your posture back into normalcy. Now, same thing, we can use these in other alternative ways as well. Not only do we have the opportunity to use it for your back, but we can use it on our legs as well. And so because when we're working with a foam roller, we're utilizing our own body weight. And so we have the opportunity to really change the pressure that we have, but not do it in a fashion that injures ourselves. So as we move down, once again, we can use it in through the lower part of the back, the side, but then we can shift it into our legs as well. A lot of us have issues as far as our TFL is concerned, and so rolling up and down, we have the opportunity to work on that zone as well. Same thing, as we roll forward, we can start hitting up our quad and start to press out some of those trigger points and muscles that are once again dysfunctional in those areas as well. Once again, utilizing our body weight to our advantage so that we're not getting injured. Once again, a lot of times if you're using other weights or other methods where you can't control it as easily, you're more prone to having problems with damage. And that brings us back to another one of our tools that we have in our office that you probably have in your house as well. It's a simple tennis ball. And we have the same opportunity to use a tennis ball as we do with foam rollers. However, we can start to get into a little bit smaller space with these. If we need to hit certain smaller trigger points that we want to use, or if we're going to try to get into glute and we don't want to sit on a full foam roller, we can put this into different spots and then roll out on those areas. A lot of our patients like to push these up against the wall and use it for trigger points in their upper back as well. Same thing can be done as you're laying on it. Once again, just laying on it for a few seconds will allow for that body pressure to press into it and allow for those trigger points to start to relax. You never want to do it to the point, like Dr. Botros said, where it's causing pain, but we need to make sure that it is providing enough pressure to allow for the muscle to relax. There are certain receptors in the muscle that if you do put enough pressure into them, it will soften out and allow for it to get healthier once again. So if you have questions about any of these tools, once again, come into our office. We'll be happy to help you out as far as using them. If you want to shoot us an email, feel free to do that as well. Contact us through our website and we'll get back to you. But that's all we have today for our Facebook Friday. So once again, I'm Dr. Van Scoyk, joined by Dr. Botros, who's hanging out behind the camera right now. But we'll be sure to get back to you next week. Unfortunately, it's a short week, so if you're looking for us on Friday, we won't be here Friday. We will be here on Wednesday, as the office, once again, is closed on Friday. So, like I said, if you want to get a hold of us for next week, Monday through Wednesday is when we'll be here. Otherwise, I hope you have a great weekend. Take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you next week.